Greetings, fellow audience, and strap into what marks the 104th episode of Too Long Didn't Scroll, the daily show for you to get daily news updates in the most quick and convenient way. Every day since January of this year, watchers and listeners have been able to find episodes uploaded daily detailing important news events from the previous day, saving them from the trouble of having to scroll through an endless, seeming, and tedious newsfeed. And now, that opportunity has been extended to you watching this video right now. Enjoy our episode for May the 3rd of 2023.
In daylight, people can be seen on top of the dome of the Kremlin Senate. It's part of what's supposed to be a heavily secured fortress that Russia has accused Ukraine of trying to attack overnight. This video hasn't been verified.
We start off this day's events focusing on the Russo-Ukrainian War, having raged on since February of 2022. During that time, much has happened. The Russian offensive experienced major setbacks and faltered in the wake of Ukrainian defense efforts over time, to the point that recently, reports emerged that much of the Russian forces along the front line have switched into defensive over offensive positions, except in regions like the Bakhmut, as Ukrainian counteroffensive begin to take shape once again, like near the Crimea region. Attacks on Russia's territory have also occurred all the while, with one major attack as of this day of recording being one on the Kremlin, the site of the presidential residence in Moscow, apparently by 2 drones, which were shot down by Russian air defense, though not before one drone hit the compound. Russia has since accused Ukraine of perpetrating an assassination attempt on Russian President Vladimir Putin, who was not in the building at the time, through use of drones. They have described such as a planned terrorist attack on the president's life. The Ukraine has denied such claims to its President Volodymyr Zelensky, reiterated that all of Ukraine's actions are purely for the purpose of defending their own villages and cities.
Ukraine tries.
Such also comes ahead of news of further apparent attempted strikes on the Russian-occupied peninsula region of Crimea. Russia's Federal Security Service has accused several Ukrainian agents of plotting several high-profile acts of terrorism and sabotage in the region, such as one they claimed was to be conducted on Sergei Askanov, the head of the Republic of Crimea. 7 such agents have since been arrested in connection with these accusations, though such claims have yet to see verification.
This is how people in Rwanda's western province start their day, attempting to save whatever they can from their ruined homes.
In the African nations of Rwanda and Uganda, we focus in on a severe natural disaster in the form of mass flooding and rainstorms. Throughout both countries, the series of heavy rainstorms triggered the onset of several floods and landslides, particularly in regions like Rutsiro, Nyabihu, Rubavo, and more. Floods and landslides proceeded to destroy several buildings and kill around 135 people as they raged on. Rescue and relief efforts by local governments and organizations like the Red Cross are now underway, though they may run into difficulty as weather conditions show little signs of improvement.
The rain was coming down heavily. Through the windows I saw a neighbor house falling down and the old man living in it died. All of a sudden the water and the river attacked us everywhere and the houses fell down one by one and we fled.
In the European nation of Serbia, we focus in on an elementary school in the capital city of Belgrade, where a shooting has occurred. What was described as a carefully pre-planned attack, a 13-year-old boy with 2 handguns belonging to his father stormed into the school and shot and killed 8 students and 1 security guard before surrendering to police. 1 teacher and 6 other students were injured in the attack. As Serbia prepares for a period of mourning, Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić, in a country with widespread gun ownership, has said he plans to revamp gun distribution in the country through modifying how background checks are conducted and revising how permits are distributed.
Room closely monitoring an active shooting situation out of Atlanta, and just minutes ago we received this photo. Police say
another shooting has also occurred in the city of Atlanta and the American state of Georgia, where a man stormed a medical facility and opened fire into the waiting room. As a result of his attack, 1 person was killed and 4 others were injured. The gunman fled the scene before being captured by police 8 hours later after an extensive manhunt. The motive for the attack is yet to have been announced. In other news, the World Bank's Board of Governors has announced that American executive Ajay Banga will become the organization's next president, and a whopping 2,153 political prisoners currently in Myanmar have received pardons from the government in anticipation of the Vesak Day holiday.